Hi guys and welcome back to our channel, where we recap your favorite games for you. Today we are going to recap a Nintendo Switch game called Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which was released in late 2020. So without further ado, let's begin. This story begins with the massive destruction all around. During this destructive calamity, a small guardian awakes in a Hyrule castle. It tries to figure out what's happening all around, but there is nothing except havoc, destruction, and fire. So it escapes from there through a time portal. On the other side, King Rome is addressing his soldiers and saying that in Hyrule history they scarcely face any threats of this level. Now the years have passed quickly since the calamity of Ganon's revival was prophesied. They have unearthed the divine beasts and filled volumes with knowledge of ancient relics, but these books cannot protect them. Their enemies are still after their throats, so, for their protection, they must exterminate the monsters and other hybrids roaming in their lands. This is the only way they can stop the calamity. All the soldiers showed their loyalty with a roar that they will do this for their king and their beloved land. As the fight starts, Link shows his bravery, but during this, he saw the small guardian lying on one side. He wants to approach it, but suddenly his friend screams for help. During all this, a tower emerges from the ground. They cannot understand it, but the guardian activates during all this. After the fight is over on the battlefield of Hyrule, Impa draws her attention toward the small guardian and mysterious tower. They decide to figure out this on their own. Meanwhile, Zelda appears in front of Impa and Link. The Guardian also becomes excited as it saw Zelda. The Sheikah Slate is a device that conveys the little Guardian's purpose as it is travel from the future. From the ruin of Calamity to save Princess Zelda, Impa proposed the idea that they should appoint renowned researchers of ancient technology so that they can study the Guardian and investigate the mysterious tower that had appeared on the Hyrule battlefield. When King Rome listened to this, he gave his permission. While Zelda is curious about the diminutive Guardian, so she decides that she will join Impa on her journey to a research facility in Hatano, and Link will serve as their bodyguard. So they started their journey, but on their way they find that the little Guardian is so attached to Zelda, they cannot understand its reason. However, the peaceful journey soon turned into a battleground when they are attacked by their enemies. Link tried his best to protect Princess Zelda. After a tough battle, they finally killed their enemies and moves forward. When they reach the lab, the researcher there seems to be surprised as he has never seen this kind of technology before. He is excited as it all means that they recently got a brand new Guardian technology. As he explains, a device like Sheikah Slate, which is amplified by the power of ancient relics, is a scanty fragment of this technology. Now they got to know why all of them were able to use the Sheikah slaves. But their primary concern is the data that is loaded in this little creature. Then Pura came to tell them that she has extracted some visual data from the Guardian's memory, and it shows the destructive Hyrule Castle after the Calamity Ganon has been revived. But most of the data that they extracted was fragmented, so it cannot provide much help, although it shows that Calamity brings massive destruction which they cannot even imagine. Zelda seems tensed and emotionally disturbed after seeing all this, but she said that she will do whatever she can to stop this, as, if it occurs, nothing will remain on their lands. To stop the calamity, it's necessary to possess the Sword of Darkness, the latent power dwelling within the Princess of Hyrule, and the 4 divine beasts unearthed from across the land. However, the path to victory was strewn with obstacles. They have to go to Korok Forest where the legendary sword slept, but this area is full of monsters and the Princess of Hyrule's power showed no signs of awakening. Upon knowing all this, King Rome sends his daughter on this journey along with Link, whose bravery set its example, and he will serve as knight. Before leaving, Zelda promises her father, the king, that she will always honor her duty. Zelda leaves with a heavy heart. She also has Link and Impa on her mission. They move towards the Gerudo, who lived in a settlement in the Gerudo Desert. This tribe is entirely comprised of women. They are a tribe of great might, nobility, and also known for their exceptional strength and ability to harness lightning. Urbosa, the chief of Gerudo, is the best choice to become a divine beast. Zelda knew her as her mother, the late queen, has a good relationship with them. So Zelda decides to speak with her old friend, but they have to face many dangers on their way. As they reach the border of the Gerudo tribe, they start attacking them, but Zelda said that she has to meet with their chief to settle this issue and to explain her all the ongoing situations. As Zelda reaches Urbosa's palace along with her friends, she asks why Urbosa is doing all this to them, but they soon find out that it is Master Koga who is taking the place of Urbosa. However, real Urbosa reaches the spot and attacked him. Zelda seems to be so happy to see the original Urbosa, as she is kind-hearted and nice to them. Master Koga disappears from the palace, leaving all his men there. Zelda, along with Urbosa and her friends, clear the place. After all this, Urbosa calls them to meet her outside the town, where she told them that the Yiga clan who she trusts betrays her and works to revive the Calamity of Ganon. She said to them that she can no longer watch this happening, so she is ready to pilot the divine beast, as she also loves Zelda and she cannot refuse to help her. On the other side, Master Koga and others plan to destroy the world. While Zelda continues her journey, they moved to rugged Gorons and lived in Goron City, which is a town carved into Death Mountains. They forged the volcanic heat so that their bodies are as hard as stones. Derek is a brave Goron whose power of protection could repel the mightiest of blows, so he seems to be a perfect candidate to pilot divine beasts. So Zelda, along with her friends, goes in search of Derek to seek his cooperation. As they reach there, they meet with his men, who told them that he will never refuse a sincere request. Derek soon agrees to help them, but he said there's only one problem in this, and that is Verdania is in a difficult spot right now. The reason is that the divine beast is at the peak of the mountain and many beasts are crawling around it, so only the bravest can reach up there. So, Derek along with others start to climb Death Mountain, and after passing through many fights they finally get what they need. As they receive the Derek Alliance, they decide to move further to the Rito that resided in a settlement on the Tabantha frontier. These feathery folk are blessed with the ability to glide along the wind, and not only this, they are masters in using arrows and bows. There is a person among them named Revali. He is the most capable warrior of all the Rito and the natural choice to pilot the divine beast. Zelda and her companions move toward Riot's village in hopes of securing his help. But during the journey, they have to pass through snow-freeze areas which are not safe. So, Link asks Zelda to stay in a safe place until he and his small guardian will scout the place. As they are looking for the place, Link indulges in a fight with Revali, but in the meantime, Zelda came and stops them. She handles the situation so that no harm will come to both of them. Revali said to them that he knows they will need his unique skills to pilot the divine beast. However, he agrees to help them in their mission. Now they move forward in search of Zora, who could traverse rivers and lakes with ease and live in Laneru at a dazzling place. Mipha, a Zora princess with the power to heal others' wounds, is selected to pilot the divine beast. Zelda, along with her friends, headed towards Zora's domain, where she meets with King Dorephan. She asks his permission, but he refuses as he believes that it is a dangerous mission and he cannot send his daughter in such darkness. On the other side, Mipha meets with Link and his small guardian. She is happy to see Link again. In the meantime, one of his guards came and tells them that monsters on Plymouth Mountain are marching toward their area. She also notices that the prince is missing, so they went to find him. On their way, they all fight with bravery and technique, which leads them toward success. Mipha finally finds her little brother Sidon, who is trying to fight the beast. After surviving this attack, the king seems to be convinced that their world is in danger and they are not fully prepared to defend against the calamity. So he agrees to send his daughter Mipha to become the pilot of the divine beast, but only on one condition: that one day she will come back home safely. After having all 4 pilots of the divine beast, they also discovered the knight who can defeat the calamity. They decided to go back to Hyrule. This news spreads all around, which gives hope to the people of Hyrule. Now the pilots and the knight with the key to defeating Calamity are honored by King Rome in a ceremony in which he gives each of them the title of champion. They all enjoy the moment of rest here and gathered strength for further journeys. As they continue their journey, all 4 pilots and knight faces many difficulties, but they succeed in their mission. But when they came back, Urbosa asks Zelda what happened to the Hyrule Castle. She tells them that with the aid of Taba and Raju, who had appeared within the divine beasts, Link and his forces were strengthened, and together they saved the whole land. Now they all are prepared against their enemies. However, having witnessed images of the divine beasts under the control of Calamity Ganon, they hurried in executing their plans, believing that it is not too late for them. On the east side of the castle, Hyrule preparations start to deal with the Calamity of Ganon. Sidon and Yunobo also appear within the divine beasts, while on another side Mipha and Derek emerged from the battle unharmed. But all this is for a brief moment, as they decide to move towards the castle Hyrule because enemies are trying to take over the castle. All the champions and soldiers fight with their best skills, but Hyrule Castle remains without peace. Some soldiers fled to the east, but Zelda does not lose hope. She again gathers everyone and asks them to fight for their land, as they have champions and a knight whose sword will seal the darkness. This motivates all of them and they get ready to fight the final battle. Zelda's power also arises at this point, and other clans who previously opposed them also join them. All this strengthened them even more than before. They reached back to the castle where they destroy the Calamity Ganon, but in doing this, small guardian stops working. However, at this point Princess Zelda remembers her childhood memory, in which she called it to Rico, but her father takes it away by saying that she should focus on her training. It gives her strength and she promises that she will defend her land by defeating the Calamity, and they all did this together. Finally, after a long time, everything seems to be perfectly fine. Now they all wishes that May's sun will always shine on their beloved land. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and if you liked it then please like, subscribe, and share our content. We will see you in the next one.